Our objective is to be able to measure surface area of composite geometrical objects like homes, driveways, and other objects found in nature. But every composite object is made up of basic shapes like rectangles, triangles, and circles. So let's first develop ability to find area of basic shapes. Here the first basic shape that is in my mind is rectangle. Rectangle is a member of the family of shapes called quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals by definition have four sides. Obviously, rectangle being one of the member of that family must have four sides as well. But what is so special about the rectangle that it's given a separate name within the family? The reasons are here. Number one, that opposite sides of rectangle are equal. So opposite sides of rectangle are equal in length. So it means if this rectangle has names A, B, C, and D, then AB is equal to DC and BC is equal to AD. Also, there is another condition that angle at each vertex is 90 degree. So the second condition is angle at each vertex is 90 degree. Now let's define area of rectangle. Area of rectangle is equal to length time width. Let's suppose that the length is given equal to 10 centimeter and the width is given 6 centimeter. Then what would be the area? The area would be 10 centimeter times 6 centimeter. This means this would be 60 squared centimeters. Remember that unit for the area of rectangle is always squared units. It means that if this is centimeter, this is centimeter, then the area would be squared centimeter. As you have learned while learning exponents, x times x is equal to x squared. Similarly, centimeter times centimeter is equal to squared centimeter. And one more thing that should be kept in mind while calculating area of rectangle in particular and other shapes in general is that the units of measurement must be always same. If this is centimeter here, make sure that this is centimeter here as well. If this is meter here, then the width must have the unit of measurement as meter. So if the two units are different, convert them into single unit. And if we want to know about the perimeter of rectangle is equal to 2 times length plus 2 times width. So this would be equal to 2 times 10 plus 2 times 6, and this would be 20 centimeter plus 12 centimeter. That would be 32 centimeter. And other members of this family are like square. Square has its own conditions being member of the same quadrilateral family. if we were to know what about the square, then square can be drawn as this, and as it appears, square is a form of rectangle, but in this all four sides are equal. Here all four sides are equal. All four sides are equal, and obviously the angle at each vertex is equal to 90 degree. If you want to find out another member of the family, which is called rhombus. Now rhombus definitely is of this shape. If we want to, this is rhombus. Rhombus has all the four sides are equal. So if we call this is a square, and this is rhombus. So what is special about rhombus? It has all four sides are equal. All four sides are equal in length, but these angles, they are not 90 degree on each corner, but angle at each corner does not have to be 90 degree. See, these are the little differences between different members of the same family. It's always good to mention the name of the family of shape which the shape belongs to. You can do a little bit research about other members of the family like parallelograms, trapezoids, and other shapes in that family. Now let's get to the another family called triangles. So here we have a triangle, and the triangle, as it is clear from the name, this has three corners, three vertices, and three sides. Let's name this triangle as A, B, and C. There are conventions in mathematics as well, just like we have conventions in the real world, that all the corners of, whether it's a rectangle or it's a triangle, all the corners are named as capital letters, capital A, capital B, capital C, and the sides opposite to this vertex A will be named as small a, and the side opposite to C will be named as small c, and side opposite to capital letter B will be named as small b. So these are little conventions in the world of mathematics. And obviously then the angles are here. These are the angles. You can call them angle A, call them angle C, the angle B here, and this is angle C here. We will study a lot more in detail about the triangles, but at this time what we want to know is the area of triangle. Triangle ABC is equal to 1/2 time base time height. And we will have different kind of triangles. For example, there will be a triangle which is known as equilateral triangle. So let's draw that triangle here, an equilateral triangle. So this is equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the three sides are equal, A, and then A. Obviously, if the sides are equal, then opposite angles are all equal as well, and all the angles in equilateral triangles must be 60 degree. And just like we learned the naming conventions, we can name them as A, B, C. And here the area is again the same, 1/2 time base time height. And if we wanted to know what the height is, we can actually make use of Pythagoras theorem and find out the height. If we were to draw a perpendicular from C onto the side AB, and this angle is 90 degree, then, and name this point as point D, then D divides side AB in half. Means that A/2 will be on this side and A/2 will be on this side. And now from triangle, let's do it over here. So from triangle A, D, and C. From A, D, and C, if we were to find out about the Pythagoras theorem, which states hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. And what is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is always the opposite side to 90 degree, which is A square is equal to base. Base for triangle ADC is A/2 plus perpendicular is what we named as height. Let's name it as H. And this is square, this is square as well. So if we were to simplify this, A square is equal to A square over 4 plus H square. Then find out the value for H square, which would be A square minus A square over 4. This is equal to 4A square minus A square over 4 H square, and H square is equal to 3A square over 4. If we were to take square root on both sides, then H would be equal to under root 3A over 2. And by substituting this value of H from 1 in here, what is base of the triangle is A times H is equal to, from 1 the H is equal to under root 3A over 2. This is under root 3A over 2. So this would be equal to under root 3A square over 4. What is A? A is the length of the side of equilateral triangle. Under root 3 over 4 times length of side. But remember that this formula is applicable only to an equilateral triangle. If we were to do another class of triangles, which is called isosceles triangle, isosceles triangles, and isosceles triangles is such a class of triangle in which only two sides are equal. So let's draw another triangle here, so this is a isosceles triangle in which clearly this side and this side appear to be same. Let's name the vertices as A, B, C, and just like before, and name this as small b. And here, if we now draw a perpendicular from here to find the height, then obviously AB is divided in half by this point D, and B by 2 is on this side, and B by 2, half of B is on the other side. And we can apply the same way Pythagoras theorem. So this is hypotenuse, this is perpendicular, and this is the base. And let's apply the area is equal to 1 by 2 time base time height. So you see that the basic formula for area doesn't change. So this would be equal to 1 by 2 time base is what? B, and height is something that we need to find. So let's write it down as GHT and name it as 1, and we will calculate the height separately and then bring it back into equation 1. Now from triangle A, D, and C, this is D. Hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. So what is hypotenuse? That is A square is equal to base is B by 2 whole square plus perpendicular is H, that is square. And now this would be like A square is equal to B square over 4 plus H square. And if we want to find out what is the value for H square, we have to isolate it and move everything else on the other side over 4, and this would be 4A square minus B square over 4 H square. And let's find out what is the value for H. That is equal to 4A square minus B square over 2. So let's put this value 4A square minus B square. So this is equal to 1 over 2 times B times 4A square, 4A square minus B square over 2. So this is the formula, B times 4A square minus B square over 4. So this will be formula for finding area of the isosceles triangle. And if we had a right angle triangle, that's an easy one. Then we will simply multiply the base with the height and find out the area.